Organized labor has always been the foundation of good-paying jobs that support a thriving middle class. That's why it is vital that we support legislation like the PRO Act, finally empowering the National Labor Relations Act to do the important work of protecting workers' rights. Since the day that law was enacted in 1935, big businesses and their allies in the Republican Party have worked to weaken it. Their efforts have brought us to a point where union membership has cratered, and not coincidentally, inequality has grown. The PRO Act implements penalties for employers who illegally fire workers because they try to form a union or are simply pro-union in their thinking. Today, we see employers out in the open on Twitter flagrantly violating the NLRA and threatening their employees if they even think about forming a union. The PRO Act will allow workers to stand up and say to their boss, "Joining together with my co-workers is right, and you will not threaten me with cuts to my hours, my pay, or my job." This law will put an end to the practice of company bosses dragging their feet in collective bargaining negotiations in order to break the spirit of workers and avoid their legal responsibility to honor the wishes of their workers. The PRO Act also recognizes the changing face of work and ensures that those working multiple jobs do not lose their right to organize when they change shifts. The part of this bill that I find most energizing is its protection of that most fundamental right of workers, the foundation of worker power from which all labor power is derived, the right to strike. The right to stand with your fellow worker and say, "We will not accept these conditions another minute. We will not work another day until our demands are heard and our rights are respected." The right to stand with your union sisters and brothers and withhold your labor is finally recognized under this bill. If workers can put their sweat into building the greatest country in the world, how dare we say to them they cannot join their fellow workers to demand a fair share of what they built. This bill is the most important labor rights bill in years, and today I am proud to be a member of the party of the working men and women, the Democratic Party, as we pass this bill.